And a good Wednesday morning to you.
And good morning to you.
You missed it completely, didn't you?
Yeah, you said Wednesday. Are we doing that again?
Yeah, we're gonna do that again, just for giggles.
It's
why
Friday
not?
Eve.
Yeah.
No.
There you go, Friday Eve.
I'm Rayford Brown,
And I'm Lee Barrows.
and across the table from us, sitting there, the
That's
one, the
right.
only, little Timmy Thomas.
Little Timmy Thomas.
I
And
know.
I am little. I mean, I'm 180 pounds, y'all. I'm little.
Mhm.
Thank
Aw.
you. The donkey man
I
is small.
ain't.
I am. Took me 2 years to get that way, and I have
Well,
stayed that way.
I've lost a bunch. We're almost 30 pounds this year.
I did
Great.
21. I did 21
Mm.
after COVID and laying on the couch for a year because we couldn't go anywhere. All I
Yeah.
did was eat.
Yeah, well,
Went to the gym.
I didn't do any of that stuff. I just quit eating so much.
Well, I did a whole lot more walking, and I went from 297 to 170 actually. And
297.
I was 297 pounds, and my fantastic
You ain't
family
got that
doctor.
much.
I had it.
You got anything big boy clothes?
Yeah, I still keep our overalls in the truck. I mean, not in the truck, but in the closet just to remind me. But I mean, I had a fantastic family doctor. Don't have her anymore. She looked at me one day. She said, "I really don't give a damn anymore." I said, "Yeah, okay, but if you don't start losing weight and get your sugar straightened out in 10 years, I'm going to take limbs off of you."
Whoa.
And I said, "What
Knock,
do you want?"
knock.
Yeah. I said, "Now you tell me what to do, exactly what to do, and I'll do it." She gave me a list of things to do. I did it. And in 2 years,
That's over
I
100
went
pounds,
down.
sir.
And 130. But I went, when I got down to 170, my wife was real concerned. "You look, I swear, honey, you don't look good." We went to the doctor, and the doctor looked at her and said, "Well, he's in the green." She said, "I don't care what color he's in." Said, "He's just so," and she told me, she said, "You can gain 10 pounds back." So I would stay around between 180 and 185. My sugar is bad sometimes, it's good sometimes. And I'm going to the sugar doctor today, and he's the only doctor that I have that fusses. Everybody else, cardiologist, family doctor, eye doctor, everybody's happy. Man, you just, everything's great. But he or she, which one I say, A1C still too high. A1C still too high. You don't need this. Sorry. I mean,
Well, I need a sugar doctor. I don't have any
honey.
problems with my sugar, but I need a
I
sugar
thought she was
doctor.
going to say she needed a sugar daddy. didn't
Well,
you?
no. Well, kind of along
I
the
said, "Well,
same
you got
lines
two
there.
diabetics, one on each
I want-
side.
I
What
want a
else you
sugar
want?"
doctor daddy.
Mm,
I did go
I'm
to the
not
eye
diabetic.
doctor yesterday.
That's
And
the only thing I am.
You're
Not.
pre-diabetic,
Everybody
ain't you?
is.
Well, yeah,
No,
but
I've not been
after the
diagnosed.
episode you had that morning, yeah,
That's because I'd been doing nothing but water.
well, exactly. You can't do that. That's why I called up. That have you lost your mind?
Yeah, well, that's what
Can't do that.
that's not what
No.
them other doctors told me that he's not my doctor, but he diagnosed me once he saw stuff,
Oh yeah. All right.
well, gentlemen, I have good news today.
and that is
We still have another chance. No
At
one
what?
won the Powerball
I
last
know
night.
that, and I just heard that on
Are
Fox
we getting our
News.
ticket
and,
Saturday?
I checked my
I'm-
ticket this
I
morning.
think I'm gonna buy one each day beforehand, just to spread it out.
Go to
different
yes,
stores.
different
Yeah.
stores. It's a
I
good
do.
idea.
I do the computer pick. I don't have my set of numbers, and because I went back and researched, a lot of people that won all these lotteries, they did let the
It was
computer
just-
pick.
Yeah, well, most people would do the computer.
Yeah.
I really think they are.
Did you ever buy a ticket in the past and you just held that ticket and you could feel it in your hand and it just made you so excited and you were just like, "I know this is the winner. I know this is the
No.
winner."
I've
No,
never,
I
I've never known that.
I have, and I
I hate to
as
be
usual get
disappointed.
disappointed.
The only time I ever won, I had a truck number in Florida. It was 0752. And I played that number on the Fantastic Four down there in Florida. And it hit. I won $5,000.
Really?
Yes. I walked in the office, said, "Can I have tomorrow off?" And Chris O'Shea was his name. He said, "Yeah, what is something wrong?" I said, "No, I won $5,000 last night." He said, "You're not halfway to Tallahassee now?" No, he said, "You're going to go get your money."
Absolutely. And I'll be glad to drive you.
Yeah. I was a tickled child.
Well, the big news yesterday,
Yes, go ahead.
the Federal Reserve.
Yes.
Mhm.
Interest rates up 75 base points. That's the third consecutive 75 basis
Yep.
point increase. And get this, it's the fifth time this year in 10 months this year that they've raised the feds have raised the rate.
What is happening?
They're saying it's to control inflation. Now,
Right.
I'm
I heard
still
that.
trying to figure out
And I don't
how.
understand.
I'm not an economist, okay? But when you raise the rates on interest rates for homes, cars, and your credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
how does that curb inflation? Well, I can tell you one way, it'll stop you from spending.
Yeah.
But then what happens then?
I guess there's a over
You go-
excess of bread in the store, so they drop the prices. Oh no,
Just
Yeah.
I've not yet figured it
things that are expensive we won't buy again.
out.
Ramen noodles.
Bologna?
Buy I'm gonna find me some bologna. I really am.
I
Some-
get it.
Well,
some
we
bologna-
keep talking about fried bologna
My little old
sandwiches.
$3.25 bologna biscuit this morning. I ate it and enjoyed it.
Oh,
I really did.
Well,
It's just
I want
wrong.
I want the
It's
big
wrong.
chunk of bologna that
Yeah,
I can
well, yeah.
carve
Jelly.
off the quarter inch or 3/8 of an inch of it.
Half
Well,
an
I know
inch.
where you can get that. I
Where?
mean, at the Piggly Wiggly, right there off.
258.
Yeah, that Yop Road on the Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah.
It's homemade and it's great bologna. If they still got it, it comes in a chunk about that long.
That's what I want.
And you can cut out because I usually do that. If I go by there, I'll stop and get me a thing and I'll cut it like I want it now. Folks, I like thick bologna. I'm talking about I want it thick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And they usually have it.
And I want some mayonnaise on it, and
Yeah,
I want some
plenty.
mustard on it, and I want some pickle relish on it.
I want some. I want
It's a
some
little bit
ketchup.
more than what I do, but it
Oh.
still
I
sounds
like my
good.
ketchup now.
I just want a fried bologna sandwich.
Well, that's what it will be.
Yeah.
And if you go to the store and buy the little pack that I've been complaining about, that's so expensive. You have to put half the pack on the sandwich.
Yeah. No, that's not fun. I don't
No.
like that. I was going to the Carter County Speedway
Yeah.
a couple of 3 years ago, and Bobby Watson reopened that thing back
Mhm.
8 or 9 years ago,
Mhm.
and he did it right. And he specialized his concession stand in fried bologna burgers.
Bologna
They call them
burgers. Yeah.
because they're thick enough to be a burger.
Yep.
And that was the tastiest stuff.
It is
People
good.
turn their noses up at bologna.
I
Don't
don't
do
know
that.
what brand he had, but it was good.
I don't know. And it's good. It's good stuff. And I finally got my hands on one of them. Then I had to go get another one.
Mm.
That's the problem.
yeah?
But anyway, yeah. But the interest rates going up. The rate hike brings the federal funds rate to a targeted range of between 3 and 3.25%. And the Fed said it anticipates that more rate hikes are on the horizon,
Mhm.
and it is strongly committed to returning inflation to a 2% objective. I got to get somebody who's really smart as far as financial
Yeah.
world, because I don't understand it. Here's one thing I can strongly recommend you do: pay off your credit cards right now before that interest rate takes effect, or you won't be able to afford Christmas.
And cut them.
Right,
Up.
right. I did that years ago.
Higher
Except for
costs are
one.
making it tough for most everyone, even for necessities, as diesel prices soar. Let's talk about that for just a second. And they're going to soar. You know that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Gas prices are going to maintain until after the 8th.
Well, right now, and I tell it, people call me up right now. By this weekend,
Mhm.
by Sunday, you fill up everything
Everything you got.
and diesel, gas, whatever. You fill up everything you got by Sunday, because after Tuesday, it's going to go up.
I think I got about 200 gallons of space on my big boat.
Mm-hmm.
200 gallons.
I even saw boat gas went. I call it boat gas. I even
Yes.
saw boat gas had gone down a little bit where I get it at.
10 cents.
Hey, that's a whole lot better. I still don't get over boat gas being so high.
It's ethanol free.
I know, but
Well, I can explain all of that to you.
well, it
I know
bothers me.
about this. It bothers me too. But here's the situation. Ethanol producers,
Yeah.
those people, if they got paid, if they could charge what it really cost them to produce ethanol,
Mhm.
it would be out of sight.
Yeah.
The government is demanding, our government is demanding
Oh, yeah.
that there be a certain amount produced. And so therefore they're supplying supplements.
Yeah.
They're giving money
They are.
to people to produce ethanol. So the money that the ethanol producers make is a bunch of it is profit, pure profit
Off of government tax money.
off my money.
Right.
So I'm paying double for it. It's worse than living in the city of Jacksonville or any other city where you live in the county and the city and you get double taxation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. I have to pay, my tax dollars have to go to supplement these planes, these guys, right? To produce something that is killing the motors.
Yeah.
Take it out of it. You're just paying for regular fossil fuel.
Yeah.
And that's already inflated as it is.
But remember when they started it? Just as soon as they put ethanol in it.
It was called gasohol.
Well, I remember that too. It was called
5%.
gasohol, but gas went up.
Yeah.
You didn't have non-ethanol for a while, and then all of a sudden they found out the lawnmowers and the boat motors, they can't take it, so they came back with non-ethanol gas. Well, it was even higher.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't it have been lower? Because before it was lower, lead-free gasoline was lower than ethanol gasoline. So that didn't make any sense. Well, somebody's making some good money off of it because it's hard to produce.
The ethanol producers.
Yeah.
That's all.
But it just blows my mind.
Government mandated inflation.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
It's just like we're having some of these horse people having trouble getting dewormer. Having trouble getting dewormer now. And I hear anybody know where we can get some dewormer for our horses?
Dewormer.
Yeah, it's dewormer. You give it to them to get the worms out of the horse. It's not wormer, y'all. It's called dewormer. You don't worm something. If you worm something, you're putting worms in. If you deworm it, you're taking them out. And I had a lady hit me up on Facebook. Said, anybody, would y'all please stop buying dewormer for yourselves? Some of our horses need it. And people are stocking up. People are stocking up with dewormer in the house for COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, they were actually doing it, taking it.
I
Thinking
took
it's gonna.
I took it. I got a friend of mine that takes a pinch of it every month. He's
That's
never
when you
had
lost
COVID.
100 pounds.
No, it weren't that.
You lost 100 pounds of worms.
And I had a nurse tell me, well, Duke University did a study, said it didn't work. I said, well, I read where Johns Hopkins did a study and it did. So I don't know if it's right or wrong, but a lot of people don't have animals and they got ivermectin in the house.
That's like me with my jackass juice.
I have friends that took all that. They still got COVID really bad.
I got it. But the thing about, I took it, but I got well. And I don't know if it was the ivermectin or what. I got well. My daughter and my wife, it's a good thing I did because I took care of them for 2 weeks. Because they got COVID bad then. And it's just like my my wife's ex-husband, he just died not too long ago. And they said he had the original COVID. He'd had all his shots, had all his boosters, but he got the original COVID. And the death certificate said COVID and pneumonia. And he had pneumonia.
Wow.
And that's what put him under. And he had congested heart failure. And I hate it for him. It just stopped. But folks, it's I've been to doctor's offices. They don't require masks anymore. I've been to doctor's office. They do require masks. And I'll just put the mask on when I walk to the doctor's office. And I got one doctor I've never seen her face. Never seen a beautiful lady, sweet lady, never seen her face. She never seen mine. No. It's just, it's awesome. It came, even the CDC came out and said the mask didn't really work. Look what Dr. Stein said yesterday. Because all the mask wearing went on, the immunities. Now you got a lot of people got the flu. I know 5 people got the flu right now.
Boy.
My goodness.
And
That's rough.
The inflation rate, good old Bill Clinton said it way back when.
Yeah.
It's the inflation, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Carter reported that.
Yeah.
Well, higher cost. How do you blame it on a blanket something that the government has created? How do you do that? It was created then. It's created now.
Yeah, right. That's right.
We definitely need an economist
Carter
to
did
advise
it.
us.
Carter did it. I had
Clinton did
13% inflation rate for one of his years. You know that, right?
Yeah.
13%.
Yeah. People were buying houses and the interest rate was just astronomical.
Ridiculous.
And they're still doing it today. They're still buying houses.
Yeah.
Just as hard as they buy. But So like one neighbor, he just bought a house right there beside of me. So man, it's a seller's market right now. He said we had to get in it and we had to pay a little bit more than what I wanted to, but we're here. So,
Right.
okay. And a great guy. He just moved back from Japan.
Nice.
He's a Marine.
That's one of the reasons I get calls. I've talked to other people that get calls.
Yeah.
They're going down and checking the property,
Mhm.
right? And check who owns the property. Anybody behind on their taxes, that's number one.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not, thank God.
Excuse me.
But
Neither am I.
but I'm getting calls at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3 and 4 times a day. Mr. Brown, you've got the property at 102 Marion Place, yada yada. Yeah, huh? Have you considered selling it? I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. Give me 60 days to get out of here and $5 million in cash.
Yep.
No guarantees,
Heck,
no inspections, no nothing, and it's yours.
I'd even leave the towels for that.
Yeah. I'd leave my dirty socks too.
You
Well,
can have everything in it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I said, why are you guys calling, badgering me?
Yeah.
How many other people are
I
you
get
doing that
texts
to?
on land in Raleigh. I don't own any land in Raleigh.
Well, go ahead and sell it though.
Yeah. You can send me a check. But I had a developer one time. He bought some land down there from Marion High, River Bluff, and on my little horse farm around it, 14 acres. He came up to me. One day I was driving a concrete truck on one of his projects.
Did you roll it over on him?
No. And he walked up to me and said, I understand you own that horse farm down there around River Bluff. I said, yeah. He said, would you sell it? So, yeah. Well, just how much would you take for it? I said, I want $50,000 an acre. And he went to cussing. There ain't no way it's worth that. I said, wait a minute. You're going to put at least 2 houses per acre. You're going to charge $70,000 a lot.
Mhm.
Now, you can pay me $50,000 an acre. It's cleared in the park. I said, that's what I want. Well, a week later, a friend of mine called me laughing about it. He heard about it. He said, would you sell it to me? I said, well, yeah, you're my cousin. You're my friend. I'll give you a deal.
$55,000.
I told him $35,000.
That's what cousins are for.
Yeah. And right now, if I wanted to, I could sell it for 18. I've had offers. I said, man, I'll give you 18.
Wow.
No. $18,000 acre. No. But right now, they want it.
Yep.
I said, nah. All I have to do is pay the taxes off of it and make sure I got some livestock on it, which I do. And I don't have to worry about it. I just pay my taxes.
There you go. All right, we got to take a break, guys. Coming up at 7:30 this morning.
Yes.
Help me out.
Anthony
Prince.
Prince. He's with Visit Jacksonville, NC, and he's going to fill us in on all the activities this weekend honoring our veterans.
He's also going to explain something about a colored light, right?
Yeah, you agree.
Yes, he is the green light, which
Green
Tim's
light.
going to turn on.
Mhm.
But just twist the bulb.
Twist the
clockwise.
bulb.
To the right.
Yes. There you go. Yes, and I put mine up in my window yesterday. It
Mhm.
looks great from the
Yeah,
outside. You can
flickers.
see the green really
Check
good.
that out.
Yeah, well, there's stories behind all these candles, trying to find them. But we got it. We got it done.
Anyway, Anthony's going to be in here in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a
Yes.
break now and do a little bit of weather and come back and on the other side, and then
That's right.
we'll talk ourselves out until he gets here. You're
That's
live
right.
on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back. Everybody loves a good sale. There's no doubt about it. It's not just for women. Okay, guys. With Christmas only 7 weeks away, why not take advantage of a sale at Tideline Marine right now and pick up some tackle at reduced prices? And if a boat's in your future, George is offering huge discounts on the boats he has in stock. And also, for instance, there's a 230 Pro Bay boat, free iPilot. That's a trolling motor with all special stuff on it. Free co-pilot with the 18 to 20 foot Lunds. Free 2-year extended warranty for the first 3 motors that are sold. You get a 3-year warranty, then you get an extended 2-year warranty. That gives you 5 years on board motor. Okay, you're not going to wear it out in 5 years. So this will be a great deal for you. $10 gift card, any tackle purchase over $50. You buy $50 worth of tackle, you get a $10 gift card to come back buy more. There's going to be a couple of giveaways coming up during this time too. Just drop by, no purchase necessary. Drop your name in a little bowl out there out front. 15% off on bait tackle for veterans and active duty personnel through the 15th of this month. 15% off. That's a good deal for you. $2,000 off Aquasport 2100 center console, 50% off. That's 50% off of all gift shop lamps. There's a whole row of lamps up there. If you want to give something to yourself, much of it is nautical in nature.
Yes.
You just drop by there. 50% off. 20% off of anything in the gift shop.
I bought some Christmas ornaments one time.
Yeah. I've done that too there. I got one tree. Robbie's got one tree that's got all sorts of special ornaments and stuff
I do
on it.
that.
Fishing and diving.
I had
and
one
that
for
kind of stuff.
NASCAR for Jimmy Johnson.
Northeasterly winds offshore today, 10 to 15 knot seas, 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow winds going to switch around just a little bit to the east. 10 to 15 knot winds, seas 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period again 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop again. So today and tomorrow is pretty much alike. Saturday, wind's going to do a little bit more of a switch to the southeast, 10 to 15, seas kicking up a bit, 4 to 6, 3 to 4 near shore.
And today, a slight chance of showers afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 73. North wind 6 to 9 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 58. Football Friday, a slight chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 78. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 63. And Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 78.
All right, Friday night football.
Yes.
The Jacksonville Cardinals going to take it on the road, and the first of hope, we hope will be a series of postseason
First on
games.
our way to the top.
There you go. And they're going to take on Rocky Mount in Rocky Mount.
Yes.
So they're going to go rest it up
That's right.
and bring home the bacon.
And you can listen
And the
to it
bologna.
live on
And
WSME.
If you cannot make the trip up there, it's a good drive. We used to do it when I was in high school all the time
Yeah.
because we didn't play anybody near here.
Right.
Every away game, the closest was New Bern, as I
Right.
recall.
W.T.
so,
Hoggard.
Yeah, and then Wilmington, J.T. Hoggard.
Right. JT.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And down in
WT.
Wilmington, and then Raleigh Inlow. We had to drive to Raleigh
Oh,
to play
I
a
don't know.
conference. It was a
Before
conference
my
game
time.
for at one time. So anyway, that's going to happen on Friday night. Game times at 7:00. Pre-game time for WSME. You can listen to it live right here at 97.1 FM. And if you can't make the trip, just tune your radios to 97.1. If you're out of the immediate area and you still want to listen, you can go to WSME971.com.
That's right.
That's on the internet. Click on Listen Live,
Stream it right there.
and you can listen all the way. If you got one of those cell phone things that you like to call a radio, you can download an app called
does not
Simple
like
Radio.
That's what I.
Simple Radio.
He's
And,
like a non-app person.
yeah, well,
Oh, he's got it.
I'm
Yeah.
appless.
I made sure he got it.
Yeah, you did.
Even dumb as I am on computers, I got it.
And but anyway, you can listen to the whole team up there. They'll be bringing you play-by-play coverage. Pre-game shows at 6:30. The game kickoff is at 7
I'll be
o'clock,
listening.
and the score is going to be 21-3, Jacksonville.
I'll take it.
So we can just stay home. Let's just take the win and save the
Okay.
gas.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll
Barbecue
take it.
hog,
I'm
just
in.
sit there and
I
watch.
gotta look up Rocky Mountain's record. I'll
They
research
got
that.
they're number 13. We're number 20.
Mhm.
I'll take the 21-3 win. Okay.
That'll change that ball game in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony Prince in here. Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you coming in this morning and You wear, let's see, well, I don't know what hat you wore today. You got a Jacksonville Transportation Services shirt on, but you wear other hats, a variety of other hats.
I carry them around in my back pocket
There
every
you
day.
go.
That's for sure.
I'm sure you probably have 17 cell phones.
You got
have
a
to
list.
remain.
I only have one. I can only take care of one. That's for sure.
I had 3 at one time.
Oh,
Mm.
When
no,
BlackBerries
thank you.
first came out,
Oh,
I
I
had a
loved my
personal. I
BlackBerry.
had a personal cell phone. I had a company cell phone, and I had a company BlackBerry. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on down? Couldn't
Well,
figure out what to
Anthony
answer.
is with Visit Jacksonville NC,
Mhm.
which promotes a lot of things in Jacksonville and Onslow County. And he's going to tell us about a lot of the veteran activities to honor the veterans that they have planned for this weekend.
Yeah, if you didn't know, next Friday, not tomorrow. Next Friday is the 11th.
Right.
The 11th hour of the 11th month of the 11th day is where we celebrate Veterans Day.
Right.
Period. Bottom line. That's it. Some people tried to change it back in the 70s,
Mm.
early 80s to that Monday crap.
Oh,
It went over like a lead balloon. It's still where it's supposed to be. That's
Yes.
There you
that's
go.
like trying to change Christmas from
Yep.
the 25th. That's not going to happen either.
That's,
But anyway, yeah, so it's a lot is happening next Friday. Well, beginning this weekend.
that's right. Saturday with the Veterans Parade.
well, it actually starts tomorrow
Okay.
Okay.
with the Freedom Fountain.
That's
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
The Freedom
That's right.
Fountain celebration that's going to happen downtown at 10 o'clock. That's our official kickoff to what we're calling the Veterans Tribute NC, which is
Yeah.
basically a 2-weekend, 10-day celebration of our local veterans. Actually, all of our veterans, whether they're local or not, and just an express thank you from our community saying, we really
Mhm.
appreciate you and all that you sacrificed for our country.
If you've ever crossed through Onslow County and served here for any period of time,
Yeah.
that's what this whole
Mhm.
Freedom Fountain thank you event is all
Sure,
about.
sure.
The I was reading a little interesting information about the fountain itself. It's located there at City Hall, Johnson and Johnson Boulevard, New Bridge Streets intersection.
Mhm.
It's 54 jets in this fountain,
There are.
representing the 50
Mhm.
states, the 3 branches of government, and 1 center jet representing our service members.
That's exactly right.
I did not know that.
I knew that.
Did
I
you?
mean,
Hmm.
yes. I mean, Jacksonville did such a great job.
Oh, that's a beautiful. It's well planned out.
It's something to be proud
It
of for
is,
sure.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And this year I'm going to go take some photos of it. Special. I've been planning it for a number of years now. When those lights are changing colors,
Oh yeah, it's beautiful at night, isn't
it
it?
is.
pretty.
But this is going to be a time exposure.
They have
I
green
can
lights
get
on it
all
now?
the lights.
Oh, that's
And
great.
see what happens.
Are they going to be using green lights this weekend?
Well, unfortunately, the lights aren't working very well on the fountain, so I think we're
Darn.
just going to end up having white lights. But
Right.
we can talk about Operation
Yes,
Greenlight
we're gonna
whenever
talk
you're
about
ready.
it.
We're going to talk about that too. Operation Greenlight.
Yes.
Where's
I see your
There's-
green light right there.
Oh, yes.
We got one
It's
here.
shining
I
bright.
got one at home. We got
Yeah, we've got them
Kelly's
at
got
home now.
one.
We each got one, and it's in
Thanks.
my window.
It didn't start out as green. You made it that way.
I made it that way because it's hard to find green light bulbs.
Find a green light bulb like
You
this.
just improvise,
Unless
right?
I want to buy 30 packs of the big light bulbs to get
Yeah.
one out of each pack. So that's all right. We improvised. And I'm going to tell you now, putting it up in the window, I went outside last night to look, and it looks so
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
Well, and the meaning is most important.
That's right. And we talked about
Let's-
the meaning yesterday
Yeah,
for
let's-
just a
Yeah, let's talk
Wait a
about it a little bit.
Go ahead.
The reason for the green.
Again, it's a thank you to our veterans.
Mhm.
All veterans who have served our nation in the armed forces. And the green light itself is intended to kind of spread throughout the community. As people learn about it, we're trying to distribute green lights and encourage people to go out and buy them on their own and just to show some solidarity, and support from a great caring community for all the
Right.
service that there has been.
Yeah, it's to be seen and to show them that we see them, we appreciate them,
We
and
do.
we honor them. So I think it's a fantastic thing y'all
Mhm.
doing. It's just awesome.
Well, and we can't take all the credit for it. This is a nationwide thing, but
Yes.
we are certainly emphasizing it
Doing
here
our part.
in Jacksonville and Onslow County. That's right.
We appreciate you doing that. And for so long, I mean, Lee growing up in a military family, but for so long, it was at one time us against them,
Right.
the civilians
Yeah.
against the military.
It
here.
was.
and they were not treated the way that they should have been treated. This mainly because we didn't understand them. Not we, but a vast majority of the citizens of Onslow County did not understand them.
Sure.
They came in, they were here for a year, they were gone.
Yeah.
They didn't grow any roots in here for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, these guys started getting out of service, some of them retiring, some of them getting out after their tour, and they were staying or returning.
Every single one of my neighbors, they come from different areas of the country. They serve Marine Corps, they love Jacksonville and Onslow County, and then they stay.
There are so many of us who did grow up in Jacksonville, went to Jacksonville High at that time, the only one in Jacksonville per se, high school. But I'm almost going to say 30% of my class were military dependents at that time. 30%. They came from everywhere, like you say, from Hawaii to wherever. And I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of folks who grew up in Jacksonville, they ain't got no accent like they do in some places, like Richlands.
Yeah.
I grew up
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, we had probably about 25%, but the military family.
Right.
Oh God, no.
Well, that's definitely one of the great things about our community is the diversity that our children get to experience as they're growing up.
Absolutely.
That's certainly one of the reasons why I choose to raise my family here.
Oh, that's good. Are you military?
No, sir.
Okay.
Not a lick.
They used to bring their kids to the tobacco field. Can you work this? You don't even have to pay him. I just want him to work, him or her. And they bring them out, and they had a blast with us because we talk fun. And I'd tell them all. I mean, back when I was young, I said, "Look, God talks like we do. You better learn how to get us."
Well, I grew up here. How did you get the accent and I didn't? Was it?
I don't
Richlands?
know. Probably Richlands. It's got a whole lot to, and the more I talk, the thicker. It all depends on where I'm at. I try to be precise. It's hard for me to, but my little act, I get it on thick. Now I can really get it on thick now if I need to, but it's just, we had so much fun with the military dependent kids because they didn't know what backer plant was, and they didn't know backer worm, and we throw worms on each other, and do they bite? No, they don't bite. In fact, you can eat them if you want to. You can eat them raw. And we had one guy that would put one in his mouth. He didn't eat it, but you get one of them kids. Well, let me try it. Yep. And he, oh my God,
Little Billy Bob. All right.
Yeah, we had fun with them, but we had some great friends too. I mean, we ended up being great friends. And some of them guys, they didn't want to go to Camp Lejeune and play ball. They want to play ball for us. Right. And we had some great ball players that came out because us little farm kids, we just evidently we couldn't get it done. But you could get some stars coming out of there, and they were military dependents. Great people.
So tomorrow starts the festivities by the Freedom Fountain. So exactly
Observance.
exactly what are you going to do there?
So with the Freedom Fountain Observance, it's pretty much the same every year, and it's something that we've done ever since it was finished. Basically, they just have a remembrance ceremony, and they have usually the choir from the high school that comes out and sings some songs and things of that nature. And it is just a heartfelt remembrance of sacrifices that have been made, to serve our country. And then from there, on Saturday, we continue that with our walk of honor.
I saw that.
Okay.
Now, I see you, did you place flags out there with different service people's pictures on there?
We do that every year.
You do that
I don't
every
know
year.
if they're out there this minute, but they will be out there before
I
tomorrow.
have to go out and look because my dad had one of those flags. There's one with him on it.
Wow.
So I have to go out and look.
Well, and this is a great thing about it is that you can honor any veteran
Right.
with this event. And basically all you have to do is contact us through visit Jacksonville
It's
NC.
good to know.
And then you can sponsor your veteran.
Right.
We'll print the sign with a blurb about them, and they'll be placed out here on the Walk of
okay.
Honor.
I thought the Marine Corps League was doing that, so I'm glad to have that information.
Visit Jacksonville does it.
We'll definitely do that next year for our dad. That's great. And that's going to be out there for the week, the veterans.
So at
On a
any
walk.
time when the
Walk-a-thon.
gardens are open between November 5th and 13th,
Right.
people are welcome to come out and observe and enjoy the Walk of Honor.
No, that's at the Beirut Memorial Gardens.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
That's at 109 Montford Landing
Mhm.
Road. And of course, we all know, the local folks know where that is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't miss
Uh-huh.
it, but
Right there across from the Veteran Cemetery.
exactly.
All right, let's take a quick break and we'll be back. If anybody's got a question or, got something to talk about regarding this weekend and Veterans Day coming up next week,
Right.
feel free to ring us up and share. 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 AM WSME. Okay, we're back live and local, and our guest in the studio, Anthony Prince, wearing a coat of many colors. Shall we say. Thank you. In the words of Dolly Parton. And Anthony, you've got some more you want to share with us here about the events coming up.
Well, speaking of many colors,
Mhm.
also on the 5th, I just mentioned to you about the Walk of Honor,
Right.
but later that day, actually, Walk of Honor is pretty much the entire length of the Veterans Tribute, the 4th through the 13th. But in the afternoon on November 5th, we've got what we call the Red, White, and Salute. And visit Jacksonville and the and Parks Department
Okay.
to have a very family friendly event over at the Commons. We're going to have a lot of the typical fare that you see with their events, like the Jamboree, etc., with activities for the kids, and you're going to have food trucks and things of that nature. But we're also going to have some pretty unique things. We're going to have what we're calling Touch a Truck. Okay. And it's mainly
Heard of
for
that before.
kids, but there's been so much interest in this and so much support from the base that we're going to have some really neat military out there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so, we welcome people to come out, if nothing else, just to see that. But there's going to be axe throwing. Oh, goodness, right?
Yeah.
And a rock climbing wall.
yeah.
And there's going to be lots of great things for people to do with their family that day. We're going to have live music and, the whole 9 yards.
Can I pick a target and put up there on the axe throwing thing?
Yeah.
That's
How about, and then it's 7:00.
and then at 7:00,
I'm
yes,
excited about this.
we have a very special presentation. It's a laser light show that's completely patriotic themed.
Oh,
I will
Okay.
cry.
that ought to be cool.
I'll cry.
Yeah, yeah. And so a couple years ago during the Jamboree, we had the laser light show out at Coastal, and
Yeah.
at that time we were still under COVID restrictions and everybody had to stay in the car and you had to make reservations, all that stuff. You don't have to do that for this. So we're going to have 2 showings. Okay. One is going to start at 7. The second is going to start at 8. So if you missed the first one, you're welcome to come to the second one. And it's going to be just a really, really impressive show.
So where do they buy tickets?
There are no tickets. This is a
Oh.
free event for anyone who wants
Like
to
it.
attend. Same thing with the Red, White, and Salute. This is our community's thank you to everyone, particularly the veterans that have served. So we're not interested in charging for any of this.
Hey, I've got an idea.
yeah,
If
what's
you've
that?
not voted yet, go to Jacksonville Commons, do your voting, and then you're right there for all of
There
this.
you go.
Well, interestingly enough, yes,
Yes.
early
Up
voting
up
will
until
still be
3:30
going on.
Up until
Till 3:00.
3:30.
Yeah.
That's
3
right.
o'clock.
3. I think 3.
It's
Whatever,
3
yeah.
o'clock.
All
Yes.
right, 3 o'clock.
Mhm.
So you can get on out there and vote early and
And
just
then
stay.
be right there and stay the rest
Just
of the
stay.
day. Bring your blankets or your lawn chairs, and laser light show will be fantastic.
What's the weather like going to be there? 63
78 degrees and a low of 60 something for that
Yeah.
night. But yeah, it's
So
gonna
it's
be beautiful.
fine
It's
weather.
going to be a beautiful day, beautiful evening
Beautiful
too.
day.
Chamber of Commerce brought this weather on.
Well, it doesn't matter who brought it on. We're welcome to have it.
That was for Mike because I'm sure he's listening.
Yes, he is. I'm sure.
Did
No
the
doubt.
sun dance.
The Sundance. That's great.
All right. Well, that's all good. And how many years has this been going on since Fountain was finished in 2014, I think, or something like
Mhm.
that?
Yes.
So
So the fountain observance has been happening ever since the fountain
Right.
was completed. But Veterans Tribute is something much more recent.
right.
We started that around 2018, and of course, during that time, we had a couple years of COVID that really kind of impacted our ability to
Yeah.
have gatherings and to do anything meaningful publicly. So this is kind of our rebirth of the event, and our intent here is to grow this thing to be, right there with the Azalea Festival and the Blueberry Festival, all
That'd be
those
cool.
other festivals that you see across North Carolina.
What we need is a venue to have some entertainment in there. Then.
Yeah. We're working our way that way, aren't we?
That's in progress.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, after we come back from commercial, you've got to tell me
Okay.
about the International Food Trail.
All right.
And
Let's
then
do
I
it.
know Rayford's going to want to hear about
I just
the
wonder if they-
fishing tournament.
I want to know if they got any bologna sandwiches at this event. I want a bologna sandwich, one of the thick
I'm not going to
bologna
make it through
burgers.
the day. if I
I'm
don't
going
get one.
to go buy it. Timmy has told me where to find some.
Yeah, usually they had it.
All right. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. And we're back. In spite of everything that some people wanted, we're here.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Oh, there are some people that just don't
Well, there's
like
always
us.
whatever.
Hmm.
We're here. We're here spreading the good word.
We are. And
I want to hear more.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've got a question
Well, let's
for you.
talk about it.
Yes, the International Food Trail.
Oh,
Please.
Mm,
That
yeah.
caught my attention right
We've
away.
been talking about food all morning long.
I know. Commercial breaks are killing me.
Well, with the food trail, I'm not sure you're going to get the bologna sandwich we were just talking about, but
I saw Mission Barbecue is going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, oh no, that was for Saturday. Go ahead. The food trail. Yeah. Tell me who's on the
but
food trail.
the food trail is an exciting addition as well. Okay. And one of the things we were just talking about the diversity of our
Right.
community, and with
Yeah.
that comes a lot of talent, culinary talent.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of these are really small businesses that don't have the ability to advertise like, you know, all of the change that are around. So we really wanted to put a focus on those international food businesses. And we've got a whole list at visitjacksonvillenc.com. There's, I believe there's 12 or 13 of them right now.
Mm,
And they range from Mexican restaurants to Asian restaurants.
all international type stuff.
Oh yes,
Mhm.
all international fare, and
Even
these.
the West Coast, perhaps. That's a foreign country.
Well, you could probably get a California burrito at one of the restaurants for sure. But you know, we've had this international food trail for a few months now, and it's really been gaining some momentum.
Mhm.
And the owners of these businesses are just great people, you know, and we're trying to promote them, particularly the ones that are veterans.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's a huge tie
Absolutely.
back to the Veterans Tribute NC event. But we're inviting folks to come and explore the International Food Trail. I'm not going to talk about every single one of them here, but you can see it on visitjacksonvillenc.com. And if you go to one of the businesses and you share your experience with us, you'll be entered to win a hotel package valued at $500.
Wow, that's cool.
That's right.
Yeah, so there's some incentive there for people, local or not, you know, to go out there and visit these businesses.
Right. So you can go on Instagram or Facebook using the hashtag International Food Trail JNC hashtag and tag at Visit Jacksonville, North Carolina. Visit Jacksonville NC. And that's where every time you do that, you'll be entered into the contest.
There you go.
Win a hotel package worth $500.
That's
There,
right.
That's good.
Right
That's
here in
it.
That's
Jacksonville.
right.
That's good. You can use it for yourself, or if you're
Yes.
military,
Yeah.
you got people coming in to visit
That's
you.
right.
Hey, Mom, Dad, come on down. I got your room.
Right. So that's exciting.
It is. It is. We were talking about trout fishing earlier too.
Oh, yeah. Special trout time.
So
Here we go.
the Sports Commission has a great tournament series that'll be going on the 5th as well as the following Saturday, which would be the 11th,
Right.
correct? And so
12.
or the 12th. Yes, you're right there. And so that's part of the event,
Mhm.
you know, Veterans Tribute. And it's something that's been going on for quite some time, but there is going to be some veteran specific aspects of that event. So veterans categories, you can enter as a veteran, and depending on whatever, I'm not a fisherman, but you know, you can win special prizes and be recognized as a veteran and a fisherman.
Tideline Marine, which is owned by a Marine veteran,
Mm-hmm.
and virtually everybody working there is military at one time or another. I think no, one down there is not. And staged a Take the Troops Fishing a week ago, Tuesday
That's
at
awesome.
Tideline. Had a bunch of
Mhm.
of guys who had just gotten back off the Mew. Nobody recognizes them. Nobody thinks about, hey, these guys have been gone for 6 or 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the welcome ceremony? So we threw a fishing thing for
You
them.
know
Not
what?
a contest, just take them out and go fishing.
That would be a
Mhm.
great thing to tie in with your what you're doing, all the activities.
Sure.
That
Sure.
would be a
Point
great
in
thing
time.
to tie
Yeah.
in.
Well, like I mentioned, we're looking to grow the event. So every year from here
There you
on
go,
out, it's
George.
just going to get bigger and better.
Close contacts with Tideline Marine. I think that they would jump on board the opportunity.
That sounds great. That
Then we're
sounds
going
great.
to make you learn how to fish, though.
Mm.
All right. So what else we got cooking?
Well, there's lots and lots of stuff. I believe you're going to be talking to Raquel Painters
Yes.
soon
Yes,
about the
tomorrow.
powwow. So I'm not going to cover that, but we have some events with the Arts Council that are going to be great.
Wow.
We've also got a basketball tournament that's happening the second weekend,
Mhm.
which is new to the community. It's actually a tournament of military branch teams. So teams from the Marine Corps, teams from the Navy, teams of Army, so forth.
Oh, this ought to be a great shootout.
Yeah, they're going to come here, and the
Yes.
tournament is going to be at the Commons. It's sponsored by the Montford Point Marine Association, and it's just great timing. It's something that we didn't
Absolutely
necessarily
perfect.
plan, but it fits in, like hand in glove with what we're talking about here with Veterans Tribute, and it's open to the public. I don't believe they're going to be charging admission, but people are welcome to come out and see some good basketball, support our veterans.
Like it. I like
Wow.
it, and we're growing. And and we're growing as a community, as a combined community.
Sure.
That's what
Yeah,
we're like to see here.
absolutely. And last but certainly not least, we're going to have Brigadier General Kevin Stewart,
Yes.
who's recently retired from the Marine Corps.
Mhm.
He's going to be representing the Carolina Museum of the Marine
Mhm.
and the Al Gray Civic Institute. And we're
Right.
going to have an event where he's going to talk to folks about what does honor really mean. So
This will be good.
this will be very good. I saw the PowerPoint yesterday, and it's
Yes.
got some excellent messages.
Wow.
And we may as well tell you right now that the general's going to join us that morning at 7:30
Yes,
for a
next Friday
preview.
morning.
For a
Yep.
preview.
Yeah, so you'll have a
Yes.
sneak peek of what he's going to
It'll
talk
be right
about.
in here.
Excited.
Mhm. Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's got a really good message. And whether you're a veteran or not, come out and listen to what he has to say,
Right.
because the messages that he's conveying are just good life messages.
Yeah, that's going to be at the new transportation hub.
That's exactly right.
When he
Mhm.
speaks that next
gonna,
Friday.
It's going to be at Jacksonville Station.
Right.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you can come and see the new facility and
Yes.
hear the great words of General
That'll be good.
General Stewart.
So that's next Saturday.
Yes, sir.
At what
That
time?
is next
No,
Saturday.
no,
next
it's Friday.
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 Friday. He's going to come here first
Yep.
and be live here in the studio, and then the other is going to be
November 11th,
at Jacksonville Transportation, the hub there at
9 a.m.
was it 9 or 11?
Well, let's see. Join us
Well,
on
11
Veterans Day at 9 a.m.
Yep.
Okay.
Because the ceremony, official Veterans Day, is our 11 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Well, that would make sense.
yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Okay.
There's a lot going on with
There's
this.
it's hard to keep straight, honestly.
Oh, I tell you what,
I've been living it and loving it for months now, and it's
So
even
you
hard
need
for
a
me to
party.
keep straight.
I will take all this information and post it
Yeah,
on the radio
please.
station's Facebook page here, our Facebook page, because there's a
There's
lot
so much.
happening.
We got
There's
look
so
at,
much.
you can put some links to those
Right.
locations.
I
too.
will do that. So be sure to check the Rayford Brown Facebook page.
All right. Anthony, thank you for your time this morning, sir.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
appreciate
much.
Lots of
Really
information.
great to meet you, sir.
It's
And thank you
wonderful.
again for your time.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll be seeing
absolutely.
you very soon.
Please, if you would, talk about Operation Greenlight when you get a minute.
Oh, no. Yes. Have you got something? Is there something in this package on
There
it?
is.
Let's
Yes.
take a
Oh,
break.
there,
and-
I've got it right here. Okay, we can do it.
Oh, yeah. You're going to do it?
Yeah,
Okay. Anthony, if you have to leave, that's
Yes.
fine. If you want to hang around and you discuss it, we'll be back in
Yeah.
about 60 seconds. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back here, and our guest stayed for a few minutes here because we kind of forgot to go into the detail.
Well, there's so much to talk about.
Operation Green Light,
Yes.
and that doesn't mean traffic lights, people.
Nope.
Not this time.
Not
Maybe
this
next
time.
time we talk.
Okay, you want to explain it?
Sure. So we've got something going on called Operation Greenlight, and this is something that we're encouraging folks to do throughout the community. So this is not the city just doing it ourselves. This is something that we would really ask folks to consider taking on at their own homes. And so the intent here is that you find a green light bulb somewhere, hopefully a local store. If not, then I know that they have lots of options on Amazon. But you basically take your porch light, which is normally white or yellow, and you replace it with a green light. And hopefully, if we get enough folks to do this throughout the community, we can show some real solidarity for our
Right.
veterans.
That'd be great. Like that. That's
Mhm.
kind of like along the tie the yellow ribbons.
Yeah.
Right.
It's exactly the same
With
concept.
this, you
Yes.
can see it at nighttime.
Mhm.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and Lee, she got these little candles, and they were white light bulbs, little green, and they're LEDs or whatever they are. They don't get hot, so you can
Right.
spray those with paint.
Sure.
And that's what she did.
That's what I did. I painted
Thin
a
layer,
bunch
and
of
so
them.
now it's green.
And you can put it, they have suction cups on them. You can put them in the window. I got them at Hobby Lobby, and there wasn't a lot left, so hurry. And you can put them right up in your window,
Mhm.
and you can, when you turn them on, they'll come on. You just turn the light bulb. It'll stay on for 8 hours. After 8 hours, it'll go off, and then it'll come back on the next night,
Same time.
same time
Same
by
time, same
itself.
channel.
So there you go. And if you can't find green light bulbs, just get your regular light bulb for your porch and just spray paint it green.
That'll work.
And do it for all your neighbors.
I would suggest that you get an LED though, because
Please.
Yes.
a
Yes.
60-watt light bulb or a
Yeah.
75-watt light bulb is going to get really hot, and that
Yes.
paint on it will be, I don't know what's going to happen to it.
Well, I've painted light bulbs before, like in the past, like when we were honoring veterans and
Was that the
going
first
through
or second fire that you had?
No, I mean that was before really LED became a thing, and I really didn't have a problem. But only let them burn for about a week or so. But I think I'm going to go ahead and paint some light bulbs for outdoor lights too.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going all
I'll
green.
monitor the fire department channel.
No, I'm gonna use LEDs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use an $8 light bulb.
You can save it for next year.
Yes.
All right, Anthony. Again, thank you.
Thank you very
We
much.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Appreciate your
Yes, thank
time.
you
And
so
remember,
much.
visit JacksonvilleNC.com.
I'm
That's,
on
that's
it.
going to be your key of where to find all this information.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
right.
get it all on our site too.
Okay.
All right.
So
Thank you
we'll
much.
Share it, and I'll
Thank you.
share it with other people too. So awesome.
All right. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. It's going to be a wonderful time for a whole week
Oh my
long of this
gosh,
stuff. You
this
know,
is
that's when you meet the
awesome.
really cool stuff. It's going to be nice.
Yes, it is going to be very nice. The support and the tributes to all our veterans.
Yes.
It's very heartfelt.
If you read the news, back to my southern border,
Uh-oh.
Customs and Border Protection agents in Texas, I think it was a record for one day from one haul, $5.8 million worth of methamphetamine
Ooh.
attempting to cross the U.S. border, and that was last Sunday. Happened when a Mexican citizen driving a 2006 Freightliner tractor trailer rig attempted to cross the border at the World Trade Bridge in Laredo. He was referred for a secondary inspection. In other words, they looked at it and said, pull over here for just a minute, son.
That made him.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, how
So-
did that work out?
Been there.
When the Customs and Border Protection guys took a look inside, 655.65 pounds of methamphetamine were found with an estimated street value of $5,861,159. Guess how they found the dope? They pulled them over for an inspection. What they have to have, unless you've got enough probable cause, is what they call an unobtrusive exam. That means Bow Wow comes out.
That's right.
And Bow Wow sits down or does whatever markings that Bow Wow likes to do, whatever he's trained to do. And then at that point in time, it's like Katie barred the door. We have our probable cause because that has stood up in courts.
Yep.
Don't have to go get a warrant. You got enough probable cause right there. And since it's a mobile operation, you can take action there. Call it an emergency search. Declare an emergency search. That's the way it's done.
Wow.
Of course, they will challenge it in court, but it has stood up in court as long as your dog is a good marker. You got a good track record. And yes, sir, buddy. Goodbye, Mr. He was a Mexican citizen.
It didn't work out too well for him, did it?
Not at all.
Well,
Thank
Freightliner
goodness.
would,
Thank
Freightliner
goodness.
would have been my first.
Yeah, thank goodness they were on it. Whew, that's a lot of drugs coming
Panty
into the
liner,
country.
freight shaker, you call it what you want.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
North Korea fired at least 2 more ballistic missiles Thursday. That's early today. One of them is sailing over northern Japan, landing in the Pacific Ocean. Really? You're flying missiles over another country?
Please, please.
That's
please.
stupid.
Yep.
You are just
Right.
absolutely waiting. Warnings were issued for residents in the Japanese prefectures of Miyagi, Yamagata, and Niigata
Yeah.
to shelter in their homes or go underground. What would happen in this country if that bunch of idiots up there in North Korea, or and the idiots in Russia, or the idiots in Iran, or the idiots in any of those countries that we don't get along with anymore? What happens if they send a missile flying over Alaska to land into the Pacific, for
It's
instance?
war.
Or even why-
Out and out war. Load up. We're going.
The latest barrage comes the day after North Korea fired at least 23 missiles yesterday. 23 missiles yesterday. One landed off South Korea's coast, forced a populated South Korean island to evacuate. It's the most missiles in one day that North Korea has ever fired. Now, where are they getting this money?
That's my question.
Who's building these missiles for them?
Where are they getting the money at?
For quite some time, every time they'd launch a missile, it would blow up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good question. Very good question.
To me, if I was in their shoes, okay, I can do this now. It's working. I'm not going to shoot all my bullets just to scare somebody. I'm going to save some because you might need them. Now, you keep shooting them off faster than they're being made or sold to you, then you're going to shoot one off one of these days in South Korea or some other nation, Japan. They're going to say, may see ya.
Yep.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
I like to know who's supplying.
It's about time to put a blockade around North Korea.
Yeah.
Stop all shipping from coming in without being inspected. What do you think?
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We've done it before in other places.
Should have been done already.
Well, I'm sure that our military powers to be they're watching everything.
Well, the military
watching
is,
it.
but
They
the
have to be.
commander-in-chief is in
Right.
MIA.
They're hamstrung.
Well,
That's what I
he's
call
not going to be the one to make the decisions anyway. So
Well, Dr. Jill ain't going to do it for him.
no, it'll be our military advisors. They'll just say, "Hey, we're doing it.
Here, Joe, sign on the dotted line here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Sign here." I mean,
Don't read it, just sign it. You'll be all right. Trust me.
right.
Give him a snow cone while he's at it, or ice cream cone. Yeah.
Pyongyang also
Nutty
fired
buddy.
more than 100 rounds of artillery yesterday. 100 rounds of artillery
Wow.
into a buffer zone established in our 2018 military agreement with South Korea, basically a DMZ. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Things are just heating up all around the country.
Biden asked supporters at a Democrat National Committee event inside Union Station in Washington, D.C. yesterday, please show up at the polls during next week's midterm elections or allow the dark forces that thirst for power to chip away at American democracy. The dark forces that thirst for power. That's what he's calling you,
Yep.
Lee, by the way.
Yeah.
You evil Republican. you.
Thirsty all the time.
The president argued that Democrats had to show up at the polls because Republicans could not be entrusted with political power. We're facing a defining moment, he said. We must, with one overwhelming unified voice, speak as a country and say there's no place for voter intimidation or political violence in America. What he's talking about, the political violence, He's claiming it was all politically motivated when less than a week ago, somebody broke into Nancy Pelosi's house. She
Right.
wasn't home, attacked her husband, put him in a hospital, said he was looking for Nancy. Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?
Mhm.
Right.
That's what he was
Well,
asking.
he had a list with him
and
too
he has said he admitted that he had plans
to go after more.
to kidnap her.
Yeah.
And break her kneecaps if
Ouch.
necessary,
Ouch.
if she lied to him.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, she's a politician.
Yeah.
So not lying to him
Yeah.
is going to be impossible.
Well, if somebody kidnapped me was threatening to break my kneecaps, I'd be lying too. I'd be saying anything I could to get out of
So
it.
what you
but
want to know and where you want to know it at?
that's right. Here, I'll take you to his house.
Democrats across the board have been quick to claim the years of GOP criticism made Pelosi and her family targets. Wait a minute.
Once again, making
4
everything political.
years, 4 years plus the last 2 years, the Democrats, including Biden here, have blasted Trump,
Yeah.
the chief Republican in charge. They blasted him for all these years. And now they're saying that all these years of criticism from the Republicans against Pelosi and others
Yeah.
made her and her family a target.
Well, a big dog always barks the loudest.
I don't get that. I agree.
Oh,
I
there-
agree.
There's Steve right there.
I agree that the people who the right wing bigots,
Yeah.
shall we call them that?
Yes, definitely.
They have put out such rhetoric that it irritates me.
I understand. I
So
agree
why do
with
the
you.
Democrats have to stoop to the same level? That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, Rayford and Leah. This is Mike McHugh over in Swansboro.
Well, good
How are you
morning,
all?
Mike.
Thank you for your Chamber of Commerce report this
That's
morning.
right.
The
We
weather
were
report.
talking about you this morning.
Well, is it going to be? I didn't even see what the weather is. It's
Nice.
not very unseasonably warm, isn't it?
Yes.
Nice, really nice.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take credit for that too as well.
Yeah, I
Chamber of
figured you
Commerce Day weather. If you have to go to a break, I'll hold through because I want to tell you about a scam that I've just played through successfully. I
Wow.
have to admit, but also some local scams that have just taken place here in Swansboro. You won't believe.
Oh,
really?
I got this
no.
from the police chief
Oh, do
yesterday.
tell.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's take a quick break here.
That's
Live
right.
and local real talk. We'll be right back with Mike McHugh, Swansboro Chamber of Commerce. And now's your chance to go to Thailand Marine, get yourself a boat on sale. You know, you can do that, and
All right.
and then or talk somebody into doing it so you can ride it.
Okay.
That'd be the ideal
Yeah,
thing to do.
I
That's
like
right
that.
here for you. Or you can get a AquaSport 2100 center console. That's a 21-foot boat.
Nice.
Beautiful boat. Absolutely. $2,000 off the regular price.
Mm.
That's a big chunk of change.
Yes, it is.
You can actually buy gas for it for a couple of years with
Yeah,
$2,000.
you certainly could.
15% off for bait tackle for veterans and active duty from between now and the 15th of November. And free 2-year extended warranty for the first 3 Mercury motors that are sold. From now until the first 3 are sold, you get an extra warranty, 2 years additional to the 3 years normal. Free iPilot, that's a trolling motor type thing with a 230 Pro Bay boat. Free co-pilot, a different type with an 18 to 20 foot London boat. So you got plenty of opportunities there.
deals.
Thailand Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. We all like decent days on the water. Well, we got some. Next couple of days, today and tomorrow, going to be nice. Northeasterly winds today, 10 to 15, seas 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore. Dominant period, 6 seconds, sounds in rivers of moderate chop tomorrow. A slight change in the wind, easterly, 10 to 15, seas still 3 to 5. And sounds in rivers of moderate chop. Now on Saturday, wind's going to pick up just a little bit, switching around to the southeast. And the seas will kick up 4 to 6 feet, 3 to 4 near shore.
Okay, and today is partly sunny with a high near 73, north wind 6 to 9 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 58. Friday, football Friday, go Cardinals. A slight chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 78. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 63. Saturday, beautiful sunny, high near 78. And Sunday is going to be with a high near 79. Beautiful and sunny. Great weekend.
That's a great weekend for this big celebrations and stuff we got
Yes,
going on.
perfect.
But there's some warnings here. Got to give you some warnings.
Yeah.
Michael, how
Yes,
are
sir.
you?
I'm fine.
What kind
I'm
of
fine.
scams are going around now?
Wow, some big ones. But let me just back up and let the listeners know, and you know this, Ray, from my years at the Daily News, oftentimes I wrote about scams, both in the news side and also editorially.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how to kind of play with these guys, so I enjoy it. And
So do I.
last week I got a unsolicited text asking if I wanted to make $700 a week just by putting a sticker on my car. And I said, do tell more, please, yes. Sure enough, they took my bait, and this past Monday I got a beautiful check in the mail for $2,750. And you know how this game was played.
I do know exactly what you're going to say.
Interesting enough, I mean, I'm putting a sticker on a car. I don't know who the company is, but the check is written on a Bryn Mawr Trust Company, a bank up in Pennsylvania. And the check is Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, which is kind of odd, given that the envelope came from Procter & Gamble in Arizona, ostensibly. But because it was through the U.S. Postal Service, Priority Mail, it had tracking. And this envelope actually started in Tyler, Texas. So I got the postal inspector involved. I don't expect much out of that. But playing with this person, the game here is people deposit the check and then return $2,000 so that they can get the sticker
Don't do that.
manufactured. You keep it's an advanced payment scheme is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So to the unknowing, you would have thought, hey, this is a gift. I just made $700. I'm going to give them $2,000. Hey, the bank even cleared the check in 2 days. You know why? Because they have to by law.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that the check is valid or not. It goes through another process of clearing, which can take up to 7 to 10 days. And when they realize that it's phony, guess who's on the hook for the money? The depositor.
Do not put it in your account. If you want to do something, open up a separate account.
Yeah, but the point is, Rayford, it's worthless.
It's
as worthless
totally
as a
worthless.
piece of paper it's printed on.
Yep.
There's no funds in it. It looks like a check. It smells like a check, but there's no money behind the
No.
check.
It's a check they printed out themselves on their computer.
Yeah. Now, what I was hoping to do was, in every step along the way, they want receipts. Now, think about this in a business transaction. I get a check. They want to see proof that I deposited. In other words, they want a banking deposit slip.
Uh-huh.
I just happen to have an old one laying around close to that amount. I folded it so the date was hidden. I showed it to them. They said, "Okay, good. You deposited the money." I mean, I didn't. I never went near a bank with this thing. So now I'm good. Now the next game is, what kind of payment do they want? Western Union, Green Dot, these guys wanted me to send it through the mail, priority mail, to an address over in Rogersville, Tennessee, with the person's name and address. I looked up the place. It's a single wide trailer on a small state road. So, and the interesting thing about Rogersville, Tennessee, it's the county seat for that county, so it has a municipal police. So I'm contacting the police chief to put eyeballs on this house. Now, this is a drop site, right? The money's not going to stop in Tennessee. It's going to Africa, because I talked to the gentleman on the phone that was wondering why I wasn't going to the post office in a timely manner, and very hard to understand his African accent. And they're called Nigerian 419 scammers. Usually based out of Lagos, Nigeria. And he got very upset with me. Then another person called. I mean, they're like white on rice. As soon as they think they have somebody, and I used an older voice. I mimicked my father. God bless him. But so they thought they really had somebody here. And so the game was ended yesterday. So we got a lot of good content from them, just what they were trying to say. It was a Cadbury chocolate car wrap sticker. And if you Google Cadbury chocolate scams, you'll understand it's going on for some. So I sat down with Dwayne Taylor, he's the police chief here in Swansboro, just to let him know that I got this. I didn't want them to go through and do any report. It would be a waste of their time. But in talking with Dwayne Taylor and Jeremy McNeil, detective here in Swansboro, listen to this, guys. Just last week, in October, an elderly 84-year-old woman here in Swansboro was bilked out of $62,000.
Oh,
Really?
No.
Yeah. And I don't know the specific scam, but it was religious based. And he just kept giving them money, going to his bank. And the bank warned him, this is a scam. They gave him his money, and he's out $62,000. Now he was trying to get the bank to get the money back. And, well, no, you took it out, and they warned you. A woman in listen to this one. A woman in Cape Carteret, and the age is about 40 to 50 years of age, so a middle-aged woman, right? She gets a call that there's been some suspicious activity on her Amazon account. Okay, so how do you clear that up? Well, the caller tells her that we have to close down your bank account and give it to the U.S. Treasury for safekeeping. She does that. She gives the bank. Yeah, she gives the bank account number and her social. Right. That's not all. Then, okay. So soon thereafter, she gets a call from Swansboro Police Department, Terry Clark, badge number, blah, 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 saying there's a warrant for her arrest if she doesn't fix this Amazon debt.
Yeah.
And that's what triggered her to call Swansboro PD and ask for Officer Terry Clark. Guess what their answer was?
Who?
Yeah.
Who? We don't give badge numbers out, and we have nobody named Terry Clark.
Right.
Now, she didn't give money to this group or this person, but she gave a lot of information, her bank account and her social. So what the police department told her to do is quickly hang up this call and start calling your bank and get that process, blocked. But and this just happened. And then, of course, another one happened where a Swansboro resident was duped out of $5,000, the grandparent scam. You know what that is.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Somebody calls up saying that they are either their grandchild or they are somebody representing their grandchild, like a lawyer, and this kid's in trouble or in the hospital and they need immediate money. And this person, hook, line, and sinker, $5,000. Goodbye. So it's only going to get worse as we get closer through the holidays, especially those Amazon ones. And if you have like a spam account on your email, check it out, because I mean, every day I get, you just are today's lucky winner. You just won $500 gift card. Click here to find out.
Yeah.
Right.
And the minute you click there, you might be downloading malware into your computer or spyware, or they have taken over your computer. So just disregard all that. Leave the playing with the scammers to the professionals like me and Rayford. So
Right.
my advice today. But isn't that amazing?
It's crazy.
So I'm going to write a story on my experience, and hopefully, if it helps one person not get duped, then it will be a worthwhile article. So
the one that I had played games with about 2 years ago, I guess it was, called up and wanted to know that he was from Windows, Microsoft Windows, and wanted to talk to me. Of course, foreign accent. So I said, I've just got some new Windows put in. Everything's fine. No, Windows on your computer. I said, and I acted like the old guy. I said, I don't have Windows on my computer.
Yeah.
You have a computer?
I was
I said,
talking
yeah.
to the West African yesterday. when I was talking to the West African yesterday, he was very hard to understand. And what I acted confused, and he said,
that's the
just
one thing.
text me. And I said, Texas, is that where this was supposed to go? Texas? And he just got frustrated. He hung up, but they call back. If they think they have somebody, they'll blow up your phone. They were blowing me up yesterday. The one thing you got to look out for too is if you have a service that you do buy online, maybe a Wall Street Journal subscription. We have a certain email program we use here at the chamber. They'll send you a renewal notice, and I almost fell for it with our email, and I didn't act on it. I called my company that services our email, and they said, look at the email address that came to you, and it was just one little character added to their real email, and it for a second there, it looked real. Just be cautious. If someone says you just renewed your your McAfee, that's a good one, McAfee for $435.
Right. I get those.
Click here to cancel. Like, what business sells something and has the immediate taskbar of canceling what you just bought?
Right.
And then what they're doing is what you just alluded to at the Microsoft. You call, you're going to talk to somebody in India, and they're going to try to get into your computer.
Yep.
And then they have control.
It's going to happen.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck is right. But they're out there, and it's everybody's vulnerable. That lady in Cape Carteret was middle-aged, but the elderly especially are vulnerable.
It's just sad.
And they look for landlines. People who have landlines, typically they're older.
Yes.
And probably people who have AOL accounts or Hotmail accounts because they're typically older too as well. So
right.
Anyway,
Yahoo and Hotmail, they like to target those.
Tim, Tim, I just had Tim on my mind. I heard him leaving. Michael, you need to bring your new police chief up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will do that.
Let's meet.
We'll do that.
That
He's a good guy. He's homegrown. He's grew up in Bear Creek.
Yep.
Right.
Swansboro High School grad. We'll do that. I'll tell him about that.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, and then they're doing some toy gathering for the holidays too.
Good.
So I'll try to get a hold of Chief Taylor and see if we can come down and talk about that.
All right, sounds like
that
fun.
would be excellent.
We'll do.
Michael, thank you, sir. Have a
Always
good
full
night.
of information.
You too.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a good day. You're welcome about the weather too. It's Chamber of Commerce Day weather.
I understand.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right.
Wow.
All right. We'll open the phones up here in a couple of minutes for those who want to chat about anything this morning. You feel free to do so. Have you been scammed? Have you ever fallen for one of those?
No, but I came close because he brought up a good one about the emails. Back when I was vice chair of the 3rd District, Congressional District GOP, my chairman at that time had to go have some heart surgery. So I had to take over in his place. And while he was home recuperating, I had gotten an email from him, and we were planning the big Christmas party for the 3rd District. And he said, could you do me a favor? He said, could you go get 3, it was like, I'm thinking $200 card, credit, like the card you can buy and they load them on there like Visa card. And he said, I'd like to give them for Christmas presents on the party. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. Do I have that much money in my account, first of all? And so I had sent him an email back questioning him. And then he sent another one back. And that I thought, now something is entirely wrong with this because it just didn't sound like something he would say to me. So I got looking at the email address, and it was his email up to the @so-and-so part. And I'm like, oh, I almost fell for this. It was a scam.
If you get emails and you think it's from your bank, look very closely at the address.
Don't click on the link.
Don't click on the link, but you look closely at the address that it originated from. And if they can't spell Wells Fargo or First Citizens or whatever, and then they have some kind of a really weird
email server, right?
Yeah, like
instead of Gmail,
like YLZBQ.
Yes, dot something
right.
Right.
Just say put it in your spam folder.
Well, I tell you, banks are not going to email you about a problem with your account. And I would say credit card companies aren't going to do that. I mean, just about nobody. They're going to contact you by phone.
Yep.
And you be careful with that too. And don't ever give them any information because it's like, you're calling me. You already have my information. Why do I need to give it to you?
Yeah. Well,
there's scammers out every day.
It's like when they say, would you confirm the last 4 digits of your social security number? I said, you tell me what you got.
Exactly.
And at that point in time, it's click time.
Well, I have two emails. I have my Gmail account, and then I have the old Roadrunner ec.rr.com. That thing right now has like 7,000 emails in it because I can't keep up with cleaning it out. But they're all spam. It's
Yeah.
all spam.
This, I hope I didn't do anything just then. I got three mice over here, and sometimes I hit the wrong one. I know. But it's like right here since 6:25 this morning, I've got all these emails that are going to be deleted right there. One swift move. There's nothing in there for saving except
Right,
one
I
email.
see that.
That's since 6:25 this morning, and the day hasn't even begun yet.
Right. And I understand what Mike is saying because I used to get a lot of emails from McAfee saying that
Oh,
we've processed your payment, and I'm
No, you
like,
haven't.
I know you haven't because I didn't ask for it,
Yeah.
So
Hey,
spam.
sports talk guests. They saying today?
No, it's tomorrow.
I got an email from. I thought I had the wrong day.
I'm so confused.
I
You
am too.
started off making me think it was Wednesday again.
Anyway,
It's like Groundhog Day.
Coach Richland's coach Pat Bird's going to be the guest on Sports Talk, whether it's today after this show or tomorrow, unless him today for some reason. I know they got the playoff game tomorrow night.
Well,
Who
they
knows?
have a lot going on this week.
Yeah, it is. So we'll clear it up. I can guarantee you. It is tomorrow, confirmed.
All right,
It is
good.
tomorrow. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that tomorrow. We'll be talking about tomorrow night's playoff game between Jacksonville and Rocky Mountain, the losers.
Yay, I'm so excited.
I just look to get back in the ball game here.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
I
going to
mean?
be beautiful weather,
If we can-
football
if
Friday.
we
Can't
can-
wait to listen.
If we can kick a little butt up in Rocky Mountain tomorrow, we'd be back in
Well,
the ball game
these
feeling
boys
better.
seem to have, they went through a little bit of a slump there, unfortunately, with the
Yeah.
conference games, but
Yeah,
they're rallying back strong.
yeah, they're still 5-4 for the season.
They're rallying
So
now.
that's good. It's better than a 50-50 or less. So
Right.
there are several teams like that. Also, we're going to tell you a little bit too about daylight savings time kicks off this weekend. In other words, it
Right.
goes away Monday morning when we come in. It will be an hour later, but it will
That's
still
right.
be 7:00.
That's right. I'm glad you
So-
clarified that because you confused people all week with that.
That's the word. Yes,
We're going to be an hour earlier. We're going to be an hour later.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
yeah, that's the way it is.
I know.
The sun will be up by the time we get in.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. So
No,
well,
wait a minute now. No,
7:00.
what?
7:00. Sun. It should be
Oh, that's right,
daylight.
because it would have been
When
8
we
o'clock,
go
but now
on.
it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I got
Okay.
you. It'll just be dark earlier.
Yeah,
Gets
it'll
darker
get
early.
dark about 5:00
Right.
on beginning Sunday.
Then I'm ready for bed.
Okay. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Want to chat? Now's your time. 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. All right, we're back. Got to talk about a couple little storms out there, and one is brewing.
Yes, I am hearing this.
Yeah, Lisa down there, getting ready to cross into the Bay of Campeche, and it may or may not do anything when it gets there. There's some talk about it trying to reform. It's lost a lot of its power when it made landfall, and so it might do something, but the chances are it's not going to do very much. They don't think so anyway. Within 96 hours, completely gone. Right, sustained winds 45 miles per hour. It's remaining inland, and it's still inland, and it's still inland, and then it will be over water again. But it does not look like it's going to gain any strength. It'll get up to 30 miles per hour or down to 30 and stay there until it drops to 25 as a post-tropical remnant low. Now, what happens then going towards the northwest depends upon where it makes landfall again,
Right.
if it's even formed up. And the guys at the National Hurricane Center are still watching it. It's not likely to form up into anything, but if it crosses into the United States, Texas, or points east of there, then it could bring some rain. And once it gets over land and starts messing around there, our weather systems generally come from the west, so it could come in our general direction. That
That's
means
right.
somewhere along the East Coast, or it could just dissipate.
Right.
Which
I mean,
is what we hope
there's
for.
some chatter going on about it for next
Yeah.
weekend, but
So,
weather changes
yeah,
from day to day, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Now, out there in the hot Atlantic, in the North Hot
Yes.
Atlantic, actually it's the cold hot Atlantic, a hurricane called Martin is hanging around there. It's 85 mile per hour sustained winds. Now, this hurricane is in wide open water. There's nothing there, no
Right.
land masses, not even seagulls. And it's headed towards the northeast at 46 miles per hour.
That's a fast moving storm. I mean, you blink and it's gone.
I have not seen a storm moving that
I have
fast in
never
a long
either.
time, if ever.
Do you think that's a misprint? Oh, because they said
Nope,
40 knots
no, it's
and
40 knots or
46 miles
46
per
miles an
hour.
hour.
Good
Now,
Lord.
back to the east of Bermuda,
All right.
there is a thing.
Disturbance.
Yeah, it's a disturbance. I get disturbed too. Its chance of formation over the next 5 days, 10%.
Right.
Okay.
I
It
see
is
that.
moving slowly southward, and then it's going to turn towards the west by the weekend, and then we'll see where it goes at that point in time. All right, we got Howard up first. Good morning, Howard. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you doing?
We're
Good
hanging
morning,
in here.
Howard.
We're not talking politics today.
Okay.
Hey, that
I'm
sounds
calling for
good to
another
me.
reason. I believe, the extreme pleasure of meeting Dee Dee Dobby today.
Oh,
right.
nice.
Yeah, she actually takes the Epic Times. I don't know if you know about that paper.
I
but
have,
it's,
yes.
Epoch Time. I get
yeah,
those.
and she absolutely loves it. And we had a full good 15, 20-minute conversation. And then, she was saying, ask me my name. And she said, well, my name's Dee Dee. And then I started talking because I always push your show. You know that, Rayford.
Right.
So I'm pushing your show. And the thing is, she says, oh, I used to be on that show. And then she said, mentioned that her daughter had passed on and was buried near a tree near the house. And I'm not going to mention where it is, but the bottom line is, it just came to me about 10 minutes later when I was farther down the road. Wait a second. There's too many similarities in this conversation. That had to be Dee Dee Dobby.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved her when she was on the other radio station.
She was on here too.
You know what I mean?
She was on here.
Yeah, but remember, I lost touch, with you because of the fact that, they just said you weren't with them anymore. And it turns out that I was, I had a friend that was, I bought a car from over at Moore Buick, and happened to, his wife, who I also knew from the Onslow Animal Shelter, was mentioned about I was saying I just can't find anything that I like to listen on the radio because I really enjoyed Rayford. And then she says, "Oh, Rayford, he's on such and such channel." I said, "You're kidding." She says, "No." So I turned, then I listened, and I've been with you ever since.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you spreading the word.
Yes. Do
Yeah,
tell.
yeah,
Do
but I'll
spread
tell
the
you what,
word.
Dee Dee is such a nice lady, even nicer
She
on
is.
the than she was on the radio. She's so pleasant and everything like that.
She's a
And don't get me
sweetheart.
wrong, I love Kelly and I love Lee, but I wish Dee Dee would come in as, you know, a fourth person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because she just is so sweet.
All right. I appreciate your call, Howard. Thank you.
Yep. No problem.
All right.
That's all I got today. You guys have, and I go Cardinals. We're gonna take that
That's
game, right?
Yeah, we're
Go
gonna do it.
Cardinals.
We're
We're
gonna
going to
do
take
it.
it.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
I'm with you 100%.
I
All right.
appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. And I've got a caller on another line. Who's this?
Hey guys, it's Steve.
Hey,
How y'all
Steve.
doing
Well,
today?
good morning.
We're wound up. Steve, can you hold just a minute so we can pay these bills and not get caught up?
Sure
Yeah.
thing.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. All right, we're back. It's been a busy, busy day today.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it has that too. Steve, you're there. Oh,
I wanted to call in this morning. I wanted to say hey to Tim because he seemed like he was on the edge of his seat, hoping I was the one that was calling
He
earlier.
was,
You know?
but he had a little
Tim's
medical.
good people.
He had a little medical appointment, so he had to
doctor
run at
appointment.
8:30.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was going to pick on him saying he left early on his first day. Is he sure he wanted a Democrat?
He would have liked that.
Yeah, he would have liked it.
I got you.
He got,
I was also going to say, you see what happens when I don't call in, man? The phone don't light up as much, does it?
I know it. Well, we had guests in here this morning, so we stayed pretty lively.
Yes.
I'm just picking on you. I was going to tell you that people, once they hear me, they're like, if they let that idiot on the radio, there ain't no reason I shouldn't call.
Well, I'm just trying to tell people. Would you please verify that I do not send you a check, but more than once a month?
You do not.
There you go.
And I wanted to talk to you about that.
Well,
No,
I mean, I've had a few people say things and I'm like, well, everybody's entitled to your opinion. And really, we kind of get the show revved up a little bit there when you and Rayford go at it.
Well, and like
Passionate.
like Lee
Yes.
said, passion is great, but I enjoy other people's opinions.
Right.
If everybody thought the way that I thought,
It'd be
or
boring.
that you thought,
that's
it would be
right.
about the most boring.
Right.
It's be like NPR, to be honest
I
with
mean,
you.
there was one day this past week I had to go out and make a pot of coffee. You two were going at it so bad. I was like, I'm just going to put on the coffee.
I always try and listen to what everybody else has to say and what their views are, because my views aren't always accurate. There's a Mark Twain quote that says, "It's not the things that we don't know that make us look foolish; it's the things we know for sure that just aren't so."
Right.
It's not what my view is. My own view. Okay. Now, if I'm trying to make it factual, that's something else. We do very little of putting news out here. We'll put other people's reports out here, but we don't create very much news. We don't report it. We'll put these other people's stuff out here, and then I want to react to it. I want to react to it, and I want you to react to it. It's out there. I didn't make it up. They wrote it.
Right. It's about a conversation about it.
They said it. So I'd like to talk about it. That's what I like to do. It ain't nothing
and I know
wrong with that.
sometimes you stoke the fire just to get somebody to talk about it. Sometimes I get
Of course
that.
he does. Of course he does. That's what we do. And Rayford is a master
That's the name
at
of the
it.
game. It's not called a singing show. It's a talk show.
That's right.
We there's one of the people who listens to me regularly, and he's a retired investigator, drug investigator, and he will send me texts, or used to from time to time. He said, "I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. The same old techniques you always used when you were carrying a badge," type thing.
I'll be some of those days I'm at home and I'm monitoring the show from at home and I go, "Oh, that was smooth, Rayford. That was really smooth." I'll text Kelly. I said, "That's smooth."
It's always fun.
I was going to say another interesting thing about Tim right quick was people never look the way you expect them to when you've heard their voice on the radio.
Right.
Nothing good or bad about that, but it's funny how you always picture something in your mind, and then when you see him, you're like, "That's not what I pictured."
Yeah.
That's like Theo. I saw a picture of him, and I said, "He is nothing at all like I pictured."
Back, real quick, because we got to go. But back when I was a DJ, way back when, Top 40 Radio, some of the funny phone calls you get from, let's see, ladies.
Yes.
They don't ever look the way you think they're going to look.
Of course. They just want the credit card first.
They just don't look that way. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
Well, guys, I just wanted to call in to say hey,
appreciate
and y'all
Thank
have
you,
a blessed
Steve.
day.
You
And
too.
Hey, Tim, congratulations on your first day, man. You did good.
All right, take care, sir.
All right.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Coming up next is Fox News Break. And tomorrow morning, after that Fox News Break, it's going to be Sports Talk, not this morning.
Right.
At 10 o'clock this morning, it's a dose of the Daily D's with Rick Dees. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Hollywood is going to be in the house.
I'll tell you real quick. I was in a store yesterday and I'm walking around and I'm hearing, "This is Rick Dees." And I thought, oh, well, he's on our radio station. Next thing I know, I hear Ashley talking.
Yeah.
And then I hear the promo for WSME. I was like, whoa, thank you.
Yep. If you guys have got station and you want to hear some cool music all
Yes,
day long,
I was
so you
rocking.
do it. Rock,
Yeah.
stick it on through your PA system or whatever. It's got some good 60s,
That was
70s,
just-
mostly 70s and 80s and 80s and 90s style music. The kind of stuff that if I'd ever grown up, I would have grown up listening to that.
That's right.
But I never grew up. But I did play it and I did listen to it. Have a great day. We will see you in the morning. You're live in Local Real Talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, is it? Can I say Thursday?
Yeah.
It's Thursday. Bye.